Pow Wow, yo, yippee, yay, guys. This is Pow number 1, the first of the year. And to dive into the love of SwissBorg, we are going to talk about SwissBorg token, the heart of our ecosystem. And we're going to reveal one new utility that will change forever the governance system of our great ecosystem. As you guys know, my name is Cyrus Fazel, the proud founder and CEO of SwissBorg, always here to serve you. Super glad to have new pictures and a baby Borg on the SwissBorg family picture. If you guys are not on it, you know what to do. SwissBorg multi-utility token, our favorite CHSB, by the way, which is one of the top performing token of 2020 and right now the most interesting crypto out of Europe. CoinMarketCap, thank you very much for that study. For people who know about crypto, it is probably the hardest thing to find the right crypto and the right information. It's when you go into CoinMarketCap and you see 7,000 tokens, it's always extremely hard to know what are these projects doing and what is the use of it. And the classification as well of those tokens is still a wild west. So this video, I'm trying to tell you guys and how is it possible to make sure that you're favoring a good investment. You're taking part into a real great ecosystem by buying a token. And the first thing to do is to look at crypto assets, the entire investment universe. In this entire investment universe, such as in South Park, there's a lot of different cool characters. And each character has its own usage, right? And you could really break it down into 4 to 5 different groups. The first one is all the payment tokens like Bitcoin and Bitcoin likes, right? Like Litecoin, Monero, Zcash, and things like that. Their own purpose is really to make payments, transfer value from a peer-to-peer level. Then we have all the blockchains. These different blockchains, they could be proof of work, proof of stake, delegated proof of stake. There's a lot of different ways, but essentially these are platforms where we build on top different decentralized application tokens. And Ethereum, for example, is one of the best one, which is proof of work. Hopefully with Ethereum 2.0, we're going to move to proof of stake soon. There's EOS that being building. There's Tezos that has more like a B2B play and more for different companies that they're exploring blockchain as maybe doing private blockchains as well. And really their business is how much activity is driven on it, right? You really have to see that if Ethereum, why the price action is growing so much is that there is so many cool stuff happening, such as SwissBorg token being launched on it, but more as well DeFi projects, and we're having more and more great things with Aave and a lot of different ecosystems that are growing this. So Ethereum and all these blockchains, it's a very B2B approach, right? It doesn't matter how the technology is good. It's not that. It's about how much people are using it. If Tezos is better than Ethereum in terms of technology, that doesn't mean that Tezos will win the race. It's how is it easy to develop applications. And Ethereum, why they're great, is not only the first comers with the smart contract, is because as well, they created a language, Solidity, which is quite easy to code. It's simply like a Java. So that enables people to build applications on a very user-friendly aspect, right? The third are utility tokens, such as SwissBorg token, Binance token, BAT. These tokens have membership rights, have discount rights, have staking rights, have governance rights. They have all different usage that enables people to really have their footprint and use the ecosystem that these tokens are around, okay? Last but not least, we have asset-backed tokens. Asset-backed tokens are the ones that essentially you own a physical ownership of something. In this case, for the SwissBorg app, we have, for example, Paxos or USDC. That means behind each Paxos token, there's essentially gold, and you could redeem it if you want. Same for USDC. And then the last asset classes that goes to these guys is non-fungible tokens. Those are all the ones for collectibles that you could get for video games. We love that with Engine and with other different players as well that are really cool. It's a great way to empower people in arts and music rights and gaming and a lot of different industries. So it's important to really break these down into these 4 different asset classes. Now let's talk about investment experience. On one side on this graph, we see that roughly in 3 years, you made 47%. On the right graph, you made, in the same amount of time, you made roughly 28%. Now you're going to say, so which one would you invest in, A or B? You're probably going to say, well, I'll probably invest in A because I made, 47%, and that's 20% more than the other one, right? Well, what if I tell you that on the left graph, it's British Petroleum, and that 2 years later than that, they had one of the biggest spill of all time that had a massive natural catastrophe. And on the right side, actually, it's Tesla. And these are the real rates, by the way. Well, now you're probably thinking, well, in terms of profit, I wouldn't have made as good, but maybe I would favor Tesla because at least it's doing something better than BP. And great enough is that if you actually invested in Tesla since 2010, so the last 10 years, you would have made 15,000%. Whereas BP stock, you would have made 38%. To really understand to invest properly is to use the 3 P's investment rule. You always look for investment for profits, right? You look at fundamentals, you look at technical analysis, you look at different things that enables you to price an investment and see is it profitable or not on the short, mid, or long run, right? Then you look at the products itself for Tesla, for example. Well, I like the cars at Tesla. They're really cool. And more importantly, going forward, they're going to have these smart homes with all these solar panels. I think so it's a great investment for the future, right? Because renewable energy is something good. And then when you understand the purpose of Tesla, that is like to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy, and that behind this purpose and this philosophy, there's great men such as Elon Musk and a lot of great leaders that are backing him, then you start to say like, wait, I think so. I want to invest into Tesla because it seems that I'm going to make a good profit. I want to invest because I think that I want to move cars to make them more fun, more renewable with great electric batteries. I want as well have a solar home, and more importantly, I really want to bring, in terms of purpose in my life, to invest in great ideas and products that actually helps the world. And this is very important. If someone is only looking for profits, your investment experience is never going to be as good. That's just a fact. If you're only investing on charts, eventually you will lose. And when you lose, you emotionally will be flawed. And when you're emotionally flawed, you will do wrong things. But if you invest with your brain for profits, but you touch the product at the same time with your hands, and you're convinced by your heart, then the stress level will lower much down, and you will be able to really enjoy much more the ride on the upside, but as well on the downside when things don't go as well. And that's extremely important. So now you're wondering, how is SwissBorg CHSB token different from the others, right? How is that possible that SwissBorg token was one of the best performing token of 2020? Well, it comes from the fact that we're community centric. We're extremely community centric, and we have been offering more and more different utilities, such as staking through the Wealth app, such as governance through the referendums, such as the protect and burn, such as meritocracy through the DEO, and very soon the sustainable yield account. Staking, one of the best mechanisms that enables you to reward people that own your tokens. In the Wealth app, by becoming premium and staking 50,000 SwissBorg tokens, you're able to have commission free on many crypto assets and 50% discount on the others. So that enables you really to lower down the fees of buying and selling different digital assets. But more importantly, this has been a great success because we had today almost 3,000 people that are premium and 200 in the last 7 days. That means today we have 86 million SwissBorg tokens That means 12% of the supply that is locked for a year. That really shows the trust and the love that you guys have for using the Wealth app. And to add more staking power is that right now with the smart yields, people are earning double of the return rate, which is close to 20% as of today, by being premium. So staking is one of the best way in blockchain to show that you have skin in the game, and therefore we reward you in a very meritocratic way. Governance rights. Since the beginning of SwissBorg, we knew that we wanted to be a decentralized autonomous organization. And we said that how is the best way to give power to the community? It's actually by creating referendums. Referendums where people actually voted to see if we're going to do a Wealth app mobile version or desktop version, and mobile obviously won, and today we have a mobile version. And this is a great way to not only give the voice, but we as well reward people for doing that. And we had over 51% of the tokens that were used and over 8,000 people that voted in our first referendum. Now more exciting, we're going to give a different governance rights to the SwissBorg ecosystem. We want to move from SwissBorg tribe to SwissBorg nation, and for that we're going to elect a national council. The top 50 SwissBorg token holders will actually be elected very soon to be taking part of the governance by creating initiatives and by gaining reward, and we'll talk about a little bit further very soon. And exciting enough, we just had our biggest burn recently of $564,000, which that's roughly like $150,000 that went to buy back the token and burn the supply. And we have already did this 12 different times. The meritocracy, something that is the essence of SwissBorg. Through the DO platform we have today, you could earn a lot by essentially going into our community, and there's a lot of different rewards that we could have. In 2019, actually, we distributed over 1.8 million SwissBorg tokens. You think about it, priced today, these people that were working on the expansion of the group have earned over $450,000, which that is a very huge amount, right? So this is something that we really welcome strongly. We really want people to take part of it. If you're not part of the DEO, just please scan it. You'll see very carefully that it's a really cool way to learn, earn, collaborate, and make SwissBorg amazing ecosystem. Last but not least, CHSB Sustainable Yield Program. It's the best way to earn smarter. SwissBorg token holders will very soon be able to yield on your SwissBorg tokens that will be deposits, and that will be based on a community index. The community index, it's a great way to score the health of our ecosystem. As you could see here, it's really based on the SwissBorg activity app. It's based on the social media engagement, the DAO engagement, the community app engagement, the SwissBorg token itself, and the volume within the Wealth app. It's a great way that on a weekly basis, this is going to change. And more importantly, enable you to get great APYs. Right now, with a great scoring system that we have today, people could earn up to 30% yield on the SwissBorg token, staking it in a sustainable way. And what is the score of today? 9.4. Next week, we're at 9.4. Everything is going extremely well, from the token, the volume, the app activity, the community app, the DO engagement, just a bit the social media. So you need to like this video, share it, and comment it. This shows how, again, we are building something different. How we're building not profits on the short term, but how we're building wealth together. Thanks to these great utilities, and thanks to the Wealth app launch, now we're seeing very strong fundamentals and events that actually have a price fluctuation. Now we enjoy not profits just because of speculation, but really because there's a use of the token into our ecosystem as it's the heart. And we've seen since the launch of the Wealth app in March, we had different waves, right, that just grown. First, we had the launch itself that created a lot of attention. Then the first batch was essentially launched in Europe, had a growth. We had the first protect and burn that was a great faith, and everyone's very surprised. We had more and more premiums coming into the Wealth app, the launch into multiple different countries around the world, the reward program that helped again. Then, unfortunately, there was not much happening on the utility of the token. But as soon as we launched the smart yield and saying that there was a 2x for all the premium, we saw a spike into the price of the token as this graph shows, and we've seen since then a growing amount of premium users just that want that sustainable, that want that premium in order to get the 2x return. And we still haven't priced the sustainable yield on the SwissBorg token, which is for me one of the greatest utility that we are going to offer very soon. And as well, the governance role that we just talked about it. And this really shows again that not only technically we're very strong, not only as well fundamentally very strong, is that there's a real strong use cases of how our token is being played within our ecosystem. So SwissBorg in data, what does it represent? Well, today we're 71 in the world, which is amazing. We had our biggest protect and burn, as you guys know. We are 92% away of the top 50, which is the goal of 2021. We have close to 90 million SwissBorg tokens that are staked. That's over 12% of the supply. We have close to 3,000 people that are premium, and this is only growing. And the great thing is that we're going to soon launch other premium tiers like that. We could enable people that have a lower budget or a bigger budget to lock more SwissBorg tokens, which is really great. And as you guys understood, is we are bringing more and more utilities with the SwissBorg token regarding the Wealth app. We all realize that today that SwissBorg token is extremely profitable. It's been one of the most profitable 2020. It's going to be the most profitable 2021 probably. But what does it offer in terms of products? Well, we saw closely that whatever we're building with SwissBorg token is attached to our technology, right? Our smart engine, how brilliant we made this, which is really our own IP. We use it with the SwissBorg token, right? And going forward, as we grow, we're being offering more and more indices and investment mandates that are going to be awesome. This is a great way to witness how our technology is getting better on a daily basis and enabling us to create better products for your needs. Last but not least, our philosophy, the purpose of SwissBorg is to democratize wealth management by making it fair, fun, and community-centric. We really believe that the greatest force that we have of SwissBorg is you guys. It's our dear loved community. And we really always want to take action and make sure that everyone is rewarded in a very meritocratic way. And I think so that is the reason why the DNA of SwissBorg is so different from the ones of many other investment projects. We're not here for short-term profits. We're here to build wealth. Build wealth for everyone that wants to take part into this great mission. And that's why we love what we're doing, why we support this beautiful token as much as we can, and why I'm loving every time talking to you guys, the lovely community, and all the love comments that you guys have, and people who just pass by to the office time to time. And if you're not convinced after that,
SwissBorg est sorti ce matin. They have an app where you can buy crypto.
maybe these wonderful crypto economists around the world that's been promoting and helping us will persuade you to say that SwissBorg is the right one. It's really great to see how much backing we have and how many people are really loving the app, loving the token, loving as well the investment philosophy and the purpose of what we're building at SwissBorg. And it's really something that I'm so proud of you guys, and I'm so proud of what we've built so far, and it's only 4 years in. The future is very bright, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Looking forward to the Pow Wow next week, and be safe, guys. Be healthy and wealthy. Take care. Love you.